trigger warning. If your last video was called YouTube is broken, then this episode might just sting a little. Because here's the thing, ranting about YouTube is everywhere right now. And when I say right now, I mean kind of it always has been an ongoing feature. It is a common topic on YouTube. All you need to do is type into the YouTube search bar, YouTube is, and I saw broken come up. And so I hit the broken because that is exactly what I was going to be searching for. And so it brings up all of the actual titles, YouTube is broken, blah, blah, blah. Whole videos where the creator is complaining about the algorithm, about updates, views, hours dropping off, monetization. And these videos do well. They get the numbers, we click, we comment. And honestly, I get it. It feels good to hear someone say out loud what so many of us creators are fuming about. But here's my question. Is this just a phase, or is it actually becoming a content strategy? Because of the views, all right, and the potential virality of making a video like that. So are we watching the birth of a whole new pillar of content on YouTube? So up there with education, inspiration, infotainment, entertainment. So that is what I want to briefly dig into today. But even as I was planning this video and I was looking up YouTube is broken, the amount of views that I saw some of those videos getting, I did actually think to myself, should I be making a video ranting about people ranting about YouTube being broken, or, you guessed it, should I actually have a bit of a rant about some of my frustration, about the things that, YouTube stuffed me around about, maybe do I feel, I don't know, I don't actually sit around thinking that YouTube is stuffing me around, but give me 30 seconds and I think that I could come up with something. Yeah, that's like a little bit joking, not joking, that the thought occurred to me. The other thing is that this video is likely to get maybe 20, 30, maybe 50 views, which is great because that's 20, 30 or 50 people that have watched part of or maybe all of this video or listened to this podcast episode. Compared to a YouTuber's broken video, well, that could have been a bit of a contender because I don't have any videos that have popped off in any big way. But not that I'm complaining, because I don't make videos hoping that they are going to become viral, because that's just not the place that I want to be coming from. Why does ranting about YouTube, why does it work? The first one is relatability. Every creator has moments where their video that they worked on hard out flops. Their monetization on a video gets pulled. They will get a copyright strike or a warning about a piece of music that they are legally using through, let's say, Epidemic Sound, and then they have to waste a whole lot of time corresponding and waiting, all the while it's on their mind that they've got a strike or a warning on their video, and if they're monetized, then this video won't be monetized. But that's just scary, because the fact is as well is that we have very little control over our YouTube channels, actually, but it is free, and we're going to come back to the freeness of YouTube. Watching someone else complain about stuff on YouTube that we can identify with, we can relate to that frustration, it can make us feel a little bit less alone, I think. And we didn't actually have to do any complaining ourselves. We didn't have to make the video. We just watch the video and we feel a little bit better because it's not just happening to you or me. Another factor is catharsis. There's kind of a little bit of therapy. There's a little bit of the therapy factor in it. It's kind of like someone shouting for you on your behalf or fighting in your corner so you don't have to fight. Those videos, we're going to like them. We are going to leave a comment about what that situation felt like for us, what it was like for us. And if we haven't subscribed to that creator's channel, we might just decide to subscribe at that point. Comments like, why doesn't YouTube show my subscribers my videos? Why have my subscribers fallen off? and they haven't actually unsubscribed. Why aren't I on easy mode? A whole other topic, easy mode. The reality is that negativity attracts attention, and a video called How to Love the Algorithm isn't going to get as many views as a video about how YouTube is ruining your life, one video at a time. And here is where it gets a little bit tricky, because if ranting becomes a regular feature on your channel, and I'm not suggesting for 1 minute here that you have got ranting as like a regular feature on your channel, because I don't think that any of the channels that I watch, people are doing that on the regular. If ranting becomes a content pillar, you are risking a few things. First, you can end up by building your channel on frustration. If we're watching someone be frustrated on a video, does that leave us feeling how, do you think? And you know how there's that whole thing about, the gurus say that when you make a video, have a bit of a think, how do I want my audience to feel as they're watching this video? And how do I want them to feel after they've watched my video? When we make frustrated videos, we have to think about how that is leaving our audience feeling, our audience member feeling after they've watched it. And let's be real, nobody wakes up in the morning thinking that what they really need today is a 20-minute video being peed off about thumbnails and why their thumbnails aren't getting the clicks, because story, they are, following all the recipes and they're doing all the thing, and their thumbnails look the same as another content creator who got X amount of views, but their thumbnail isn't getting the clicks, and that's just not fair. So are people waking up feeling like that's really just what they need today? Another thing is you can actually alienate the very people that you are complaining to, because that person is thinking, let's say, for example, you did a whole video purely about your views being down, and you feel like YouTube, for some reason, are punishing you and not pushing your content out to your regular viewers or, a new possible audience. But that person is going to be, well, this is how I feel. I'll only speak for myself. But if I see someone doing a whole video now about how their views are down and how like hardly anyone is watching their videos, and why is this YouTube, and they're not on easy mode, they're trying so hard and they're trying so hard and they're trying so hard, but they're just not getting quote unquote the views. When I see that, straight away I get a little wee notification in my brain, a little thought takes place, and I think to myself, well, I'm watching your video. How about loving the ones you're with? Because it's kind of like you're out with a friend or your partner and you're constantly on your phone thinking, oh, what's everyone else doing? Kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, we're here now, we're spending time together now. How about let's just enjoy each other's company, have gratitude about being in another person's company, and just being present and enjoying loving the ones that you're with. I know for me that I'm thinking, well, I get it. Maybe I'm just a number. I do feel like a bit of a number when someone just generally talks about, quote unquote, the views not being where they want them to be. So here is the enigma, probably one of many, of YouTube. We never know who in our audience is watching us and they are thinking about starting their own channel. They've heard our story, they've heard your story, they've watched your journey, your YouTube journey, they see where you're at, they see where you've come from, and they're thinking, yeah, tick, 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 tick. I feel like, I've got quite a lot in common with this person, and, similar sort of circumstances, similar concerns and worries and things that I was, nervous about starting, thinking about starting a YouTube channel. And so if you can do it, then yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Even though you might just be going about your life, making videos, giving value, teaching your hobby, teaching some like your professional skills that you use in your working life or used in your working life, you just never know when someone is watching you and just in the back of their mind, or even in the front of their mind, because they might have been thinking about it for quite a long time now, thinking about starting their own YouTube channel. Do you want to be responsible for putting that person off? little bit of mitigating factor here. That may not be the purpose of your channel. So that may not be, it's kind of like a celebrities should state, where their politics is. Celebrities should stand for something and all that kind of stuff. Not saying that YouTubers are celebrities, but just saying that it's probably just one of those background things that as a YouTuber, I don't know about you, whether someone somewhere one day, a YouTuber, really made you think that you wanted to be a YouTuber and that you could do it. If they could do it, you could do it. So I don't know about you, but I know that I've seen creators and I've been inspired by them. But that's kind of a little thing because it's not your main thing if that's not what your channel is about. Welcome to YouTube, where your dreams go to die in the analytics tab. Ranting can become addictive. It is easy to fall into the cycle of complaining because it can feel good. And those videos get clicks, and getting clicks can feel good. But if your audience notices you posting regular videos, feeling down and out about how's it going for you on YouTube, it's not just going to wear your audience down, but it's going to wear down you. And that raises another question. Does it really feel good to let it all out on a video? Does it really actually feel good after you've done it to let it all out on a video? Okay, so do I think complaining about YouTube is actually a new content pillar? Honestly, in some ways, I think yes. I don't think it's new. I think that it is just always one of those running, available, evergreen topics. And do we get frustrated as creators? Do we get frustrated with YouTube? And do we think things are unfair sometimes? Yeah, I'm the first one to put my hand up and say that I do think that things are just plain unfair sometimes. Questions: if I delete my video that I uploaded to private and then realize it's the wrong one and delete it, and then I replace it with another video and then I make it public, will YouTube punish me? I mean, these are the questions that we don't easily know the answers to in our heads. Well, some of us don't. YouTube has wronged me videos. Well, those videos tick all the boxes. It's got an audience, it's got a recognizable format, it's easy to digest while we are doing something else. Like, it isn't mentally taxing to listen to just sort of like, okay, what's YouTube up to now content. And it's clearly working well for a lot of creators because those videos, they do get them views. Is it sustainable? It depends how often you make a video like that. If it is on a regular rotation, maybe that isn't sustainable as like a niche topic. That could become a niche topic if on the regular you are complaining about YouTube. But it is hard to build a positive, resilient creator journey on tragedy drama. At some point, people want more than just misery because there's plenty of places that we do get that from all day, every day. Optimistically, we could say that they want hope and they want solutions, they want value, they want to see what is possible. And people, it has been said, come to YouTube for value. What value are we giving if we were to, on the regular, be ranting about YouTube? But just before a couple of closing comments, we do need to remember that YouTube is free. Instagram is free, TikTok is free, LinkedIn, everything is free. So I think we just need to go forth, do our very best, try and stay in our lanes so that we're not blatantly bending some of the rules and we, get an email and something a little bit nasty surprise in our inbox about our channel. But I think it is important to remember that these platforms are free. And so that's just called the free open market. And if we think about how many, and I hear so many new numbers all the time, how many hours of videos are uploaded every single hour, every day on YouTube, how many videos are being uploaded every hour, every day on YouTube. I mean, it's not even a relevant number anymore. It's just enough to know that when we start making videos, there seems to be a universal grateful feeling that anyone watched any part of your video. We make a few more videos and our views climb up. And then what? We used to be happy with the 5 views. We used to be happy with 10, 20, 50 views. and then one day 50 becomes our new bad. Like one day 50, ding, ding, ding. Okay, we've gone and like stretched now, and our good amount of views, our best videos are getting 50. And then 6 months later, a year later, 50 might be what you call, what do we say? The video might tank or bomb. Do you think that complaining about YouTube is a legitimate content strategy now? Or do you think it is just an evergreen topic because there are things that people want to get off their chest? People do get wronged and do feel like they have been wronged. Or do you think that it is a trend that'll burn out? Have you watched many videos like that? Have you made many videos like that? I'd love to hear your take. Drop me a comment or just, I don't know, share a thought about what you think about these sort of complaining types of videos, especially if you've made a ranting video recently. If this episode flops, well, then I'll be making a video about that, because that will be wrong, YouTube, to do that to me. I'll know that it's broken and then I'll quit until next week. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next gig, either yours or mine or one of our friends. See you.